Today's exercise is to show you how to take a cylinder head to bits and get the valves out, get the valve springs out, get all the parts to do with the valves, and then we can have a look at the valve stem seal as well. The special tools needed, for instance this tool here is a adjustable cylinder head stand, and the cylinder head goes on it correct way around, and when it's screwed down the big central bolt there touches both of the valves, or the heads of the valves, and doesn't allow them to move whilst you're doing your repairs. So it's an extra pair of hands and it's a handy tool. Now we're going to compress the spring, make sure everything's seated right. There's one collet, just put that there, compress it again. There's the other one. Slowly decompress it. And slip it out. Now you can dismantle the top plate, spring, and the lower plate. Now all you've got left is the valve stem and the valve stem seal here. You can flick this out with a screwdriver, and then when you insert a new one you need a tool like this. And the stem seal will fit into here, and then you can put it over the valve, or your valve will be out, and then you push the stem seal into its housing. The new type seals are made of rubber. The older type seal was made of a neoprene material, and the neoprene seal was a slightly different size to the rubber one on the outside, so there's a different tool, or a different size of tool just here, which pushes the old neoprene ones on. They're still available, but people tend to go for the rubber ones now. You can get your valve out, you can regrind your valve inside, and then you can rebuild everything up again. Put the bottom plate on. Put the spring on. Put the top plate on. Everything in position. All you've got to do next is put a bit of grease onto the valve stem. collets the right way round. That collet in. I'll get the other one. That's the other one in position. Now we can release the compressor and just give it a gentle tap to make sure that they're seated correctly. Now you can rebuild your rocker gear, and you've completed the job with the special tools. So you're going to need one like this to take the cylinder head bolts out, the rocker gear bolt. You're going to need a magnet, the valve spring compressor, a small screwdriver, and something to reinsert the valve stem seals. And then you can take it off. Thank you. Now we're going to put the cylinder head on and secure it. We'll just take these off. And this just goes up and down on this thread here. There's your head. Secure it with the two nuts. And then we screw it down. It's touching the two valve heads now, so these valves can't move. Now previously what you'll have done is taken the rocker gear off. You've got to take them off and keep them in the correct order. And to get them off, you've got to undo these special shaped head bolts, and you'll need a tool like this which matches this head. And you'll undo that. They're very tight with the heat that's been on them for years, but you'll undo them, take the rocker shaft out with the rocker gear on, take everything off and put the shaft back in. Next you're going to need the valve spring compressor. This part fits under the shaft, and this part, the horseshoe, compresses the spring. That's it in position there now. We're also going to need a magnet to get the collets out without dropping them.